Hey guys, what's up? Cobra Axis and Allies here. As you can see, it is now July of 1942, so we're halfway through the war. A lot has happened in the last turn, and you can see here, like, America has a ton more money than they usually have. Germany and Japan were up there, but America pulled ahead. Few nations have been kind of taken out of the game in terms of their economy, and everyone's got a ton of tech. So let's see what's going on this turn. Now, the Americans, they came in and took out the surrounding islands of Japan 2 turns ago. So now they're basing bombers and fighters out of it this turn. You can see here we've got the U.S. task force, which has grown a little bit. They probably won't be able to go for Japan already because there is just going to be so much stuff piled onto Tokyo. But I am thinking about going for China and helping out the KMT because a major breakthrough happened where Japan took their entire army and sent it into Yunnan, but lost pretty much everything. So, and this you can see here, that's what the Chinese had left, that mountain infantry and 6 infantry. You can see also right here the FEC with their Gurkhas and Chinese Expeditionary Force went into here. I forgot the name of the territory, and they took out the last of the Japanese armor. A task force marker in Hong Kong just represents these basically the entire Japanese air command. Japan's pretty much thoroughly getting convoy raided every turn now. The seaplane that they have bought hasn't really been getting much hits recently. Japan is pretty much kind of pacified Anzac. They're not making any more money, and there's pretty much right now no hope of Anzac taking it back for now. We've got a big Japanese task force right there representing their capital fleet, and that's been sitting right here for pretty much the whole game. But now it's finally coming back up to reunite with their carrier force. So hopefully they'll be able to take on the American Navy and maybe take it out. Russia just has piled up a ton of stuff over here because they've moved their capital over here. You can see it. This is the first time I've seen it, but they've got some airborne and transport planes. The Communist Chinese really aren't doing too well. They've just got, I think, that those 2 infantry right there and their commander still. Japan kind of swooped in over here and took Calcutta, but then Calcutta was able to send a few units back to help take that back, so Japan didn't really accomplish much. We've got some Dutch, the last few Dutch units in the Asiatic theater are kind of helping out in terms of, we got this seaplane here doing patrols in the Indian Ocean and a Dutch sub. The Russian Navy is trying to still regroup. We've got a few ships here and a few ships over here. Africa has pretty much been almost completely kind of pacified by the Allies. The Vichy French broke out into Niger here, but hopefully they should be able to be stopped by these Frenchmen guarding the French capital here. Right here in eastern Egypt, like, there's been a huge kind of stalemate going on because you can see here the Free French have pretty much like established themselves in North Africa. They've marched across the desert, taking out all the French colonies, and they've still got a ton of units in heavy armor trapping the Italians and Tobruk. The Brits have kind of pulled back to Egypt because they were here and they were going to take out the Italians, but then Germany got a Africa Corps war plan, so the Brits pulled out because they didn't want to be destroyed by the Italian and combined Italian and German units. America, there was a random event this turn where Brazil and Germany or Argentina aligned and went to war, aligning to America and Germany. And so with pretty much just using the Brazilians, America was able to almost completely take over Argentina, and they've got a huge navy or a pretty decent navy right here. Yeah, so the Monroe Doctrine is pretty much almost complete with this last German territory being the only thing left to kick everyone out of the Americas. We've got right here the Anzac capital is also in Ottawa with the Canadians. America's just been pumping out a ton of units every turn, like they should. They've also built the first nuke of the Allies, so hopefully they'll be able to get that to Germany in the next 2 turns. They're just kind of right now shucking in new units. We've got more transports on their way. So America did end up taking Western Germany, but it kind of just degraded into a stalemate. They weren't going to be able to take Berlin. So basically I pulled out and went for France, and that task force right there represents that. So it's a pretty decent army, but hopefully it might not be able to take Paris, but who knows. With those reinforcements, I definitely think it should be able to. Germany has pretty much been just, piling everything on Germany. We've got Volkssturm everywhere. That task, they managed to get another nuke out, and that task force represents right here. You can see they've got a huge stack of Volkssturm militia. So, and plus they're all boosted because of that city. So that Berlin won't be falling anytime soon. But hopefully Paris can be liberated. And like last turn, Italy's still pretty much just kind of screwed, sitting up in the Italian peninsula. They've just kind of fortified everything here, and those represent these 2 task forces. And yeah, just hoping that a large-scale naval invasion doesn't happen anytime soon. And hopefully they can hold on to their little possessions they've made up here. So the Brits decided to launch an attack on the Netherlands, and hopefully they'll be able to liberate it with their force. And they've also, most importantly, taken back Germany's heavy water plant. So they're going to have to spend some money to build a new one in Germany. The Germans have pretty much consolidated their forces down here in the south, where they're probably just going to have to hold the last remaining Russians at bay because they don't have the forces right now to take them out. But I don't know if I showed you guys this, but Moscow was nuked, I think a turn or 2 ago. And same here with Western Egypt. So nukes have been flying, and as you can see, more on the way. Especially America, they have a ton of. Pretty much all the allies are lend-leasing nuclear supplies to them. So Germany's probably going to be set ablaze in the next few turns. But overall, that's pretty much what's been happening in July of 1942. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Cobra, out.